Nairobi branch. Now, one of the things that we have been doing and will continue doing through the week and next week is ensuring that we have officials from the ward level all the way to the county, one in keeping with the requirement of the Political Parties Act, but two also in keeping with our party constitution, but also importantly informed by the fact that since the 2022 elections, we have people who moved to UDA, to KK, to other parties, and even loyalty to parties were dealt a big blow, including by the activities that have been undertaken by UDA over the last 2 years. For that reason, we continue restructuring, revamping, and ensuring that parties within Jubilee, structures within Jubilee are served and are being served by people who are loyal and who are patriotic, wenye wanaweza kufa na chama. Lakini kabla tuseme mengi, mnajua kwamba tumekuwa na mambo ambayo imekuwa ikiendelea Kenya hii. We have had the protests that were led by Gen Z, and unfortunately we lost very many of our young people during those demonstrations, and we have one of the Gen Zs, kwa sababu kila sehemu iko na Gen Z, but within Jubilee we have very many Gen Zs, by the way, and we have the privilege today of having the Grace with us kutoka Roysambu. That banner that we see there is the list of the people who we lost, na tutamuomba Grace atusomee haya majina na pia tupate nafasi ya kuwa with a moment of silence when we do that. Can you carry on, Grace?
Members of the press, this is Grace Kamau, and I'm going to read a list of names of our modern day heroes whose lives were lost as we were seeking our rights to not only just economical justice, but also political. And the names are, we have Joshua Ombati, Clinton Mwavali, Emmanuel Giggs Tata, Caroline Shiramba, Kevin Madanga, Kennedy Othiambo Maina, Brian Kasaine, Kennedy Onyango, Erickson Kialo Motisia, Brayo, Austin Makoha, Ibrahim Kamau Wanjiro, Valentine Njeri, Chris Getonga, Rex Masai, Matthew Njoroge, Eric Keraito, Kevin Mawasi, David Chege, Bisley Kogi, Kennedy Njero, Wilson Sitati, Mike Kihonga, Frank Okoth, Nick Adams, Eric Njero, Ian Kea, Belinda Achieng, Edwin Otieno, Eric Otieno, Eric Shieni, and Credo Oyaro. Let us observe a moment of silence for our fallen heroes.
One is that if you talk to any old person, older than any of the persons you are seeing here, Kenya hii, atakuwa akisema, safadhali mukae chini muongee. It is the nature of every person who is advanced in age, in an African. Kazi yake ni kusema kaeni chini muongee. Na si makosa yeye kusema watu wakae chini waongee. But we are saying here, as leaders who are younger than him, that there is no time for dialoguing. Hatukatai yeye anatafuta amani ya Kenya tuende mbele. Na sisi tunaitafuta na kusema Ruto must go. What was the other question? The way that we have some of us is that we now know this country will not be allowed to go to the dogs. There is a generation that will fight for it, tooth and nail. They have chosen to die on their feet, as opposed to some of us who had already gone kneeling. Na kuanza kutafuta contracts. Watu walikuwa ogei Kenya hii kwa sababu wanafanya biashara na serikali. Biashara yangu itaharibika, tenda yangu itaenda. Sasa we have a generation that will fight for us. Kiuria ina kiuria. One is that we a rallying call that was supported by 36 counties. 36 counties were demonstrating, were having protests across the country on the 1st of Tuesday. And 160 towns in this country joined in the protests. All of them were saying, Ruto must go. So even if you want to join that by the way, they also, Duare said that I started the slogan of Ruto must go. It does not matter anymore. It is a slogan that belongs to all Kenyans. And they are saying with one voice, Ruto must go. So it is not, they are not calling for the constitution of the government. They are actually saying, tafadhali tengeneza barabara uondoke. And don't play around with the Gen Z. They also know that we need IEBC in place. These are things that are flowing one after the other because Gen Z also do not want a collapsed country. What they are crying against is the mismanagement of the affairs of this country. And they have also given up on Ruto and his whole team. And that's why they have said again and again, Ruto must go. Those who thought it is a crime to say Ruto must go, it is good to say it loudly, that Ruto must go. Ni sawa sawa? Si hata huyu anaitwa Ruto. Haya, sema. We belong to the position where we are saying that the affairs of this country has been mismanaged, and we have suggested what needs to be done for the young people. Not that it is the panacea, what we have said, no. These are only suggestions that we are saying, and we are agreeing that Ruto has mismanaged the affairs of this country, and we join the Gen Z in saying Ruto must go. Sini asante sana. Hiyo zaidi ya hiyo maswali. You know? Jubilee Party ni hawa. Halo? Jubilee Party ni hawa. Na wamesema Ruto must go. Sasa wewe ni swali gani unasuguana na sisi? Ekoromage thini wa protest generation ina tureta Gen Z ni twanyitanira nao na kuga ati Ruto must makue makirwira bururi gukira mari kwa mundu maturitie maru makihoya ruiteki. Wa gatatu ni twauga na pia ni kusema ya kwamba ndeto cia gukorwo ati mwana urari kundu turamenyerete kuriha ciringi 26,000 cia school fees riu tucoke haria turari ario ciana iria ciothe nyingate colleges ni tondu wao gukorwo matiri no hoti wa kuriha school fees andu aria othe on top of that kwina kuria ciana ingi ciri na haha ciratukorire cia school of law etagwo CLE nao matura ucio no unyamaria wa andu aria maracharia muturire wa rucio koguo horo wa kuga ati tuikare thi twaranirie maundu maria marendwo kuhingio ni moikaine ndeto cia kwaranirio hatari na gitumi onaguo utiganwo naguo no thire ningi gukorwo ati ni twatharirio micii miingi na guku tuihuritie riu ciana nyingi ba wiciria ati ni wokuoya tuhenetio ni mitira handwo thiuga caria ingi icio mutikuoya tutashikana na wao mpaka mwisho. Asanteni sana. Na mari haha na itukwenda mariko mundu wothe waugire ati finance bill ni yagire guka utunyamaria kana agikoma mucii ati niguo ndakoneke amwe ni othe me kiondo kimwe na ihura niki ni rimwe na ithuĩ ni ndagwo ringi atiriri Gen Z makoretwo makiuga Ruto must go. Niki kiirie bombers nginya muthi matiri mahingio. Umwe wamo wari wa kurekia kiama kia Jubilee. Andu macoke meru mathie magaikare thi mandi ringi. Guikara thi ni akinyite mwico. Ingi gwake tia ndareuma guku. Na ndara guku kurari nginya rukungu ndaraikaraga. Ona ni atharirie nyumba by the way. Na ni mwagire kwiyuria Gen Z mundu akomaga ku. Ndakomaga guku kuria thia ukoma muthenya ri ari ha miriri ni cigana no tutikwaria nyingi reke kinye cio